Guys, guys, it's a sad state out there. Late stage capitalism. It's eating gaming. I mean, I guess really it's eating all hobbies. Um, we're dead in the water. Like some hobbies, 400% for the cost of doing the same thing you've been doing for years, the same hobby you've been enjoying for years, the same companies you've been supporting for years. Um, the buy-in price to stay in the hobbies that you've been supporting and pushing and telling your friends about and getting the word out and shilling for. These companies have I mean, it's not just the companies either. It's everybody. And I mean, we got to address a point here, like a real point, because yeah, I do bitch. I do. I catch a little hell from some people because, I'm pissed about Nintendo and what they did. I've supported Nintendo from the time I was a kid. And yeah, all these games companies are doing it. That's the big announcement. Xbox just announced they're going $100 more on their consoles that nobody's been buying anyway. And, they're going to $80 games as well. Um, Sony is set to make an announcement within the week, um, or next week, this week or next week. I think it was in these 2 weeks. So they'll be making an announcement, and guess what that announcement will most likely be? They're going up in price as well. So it's just, it's not just about the $10 hike on games, which is abhorrent, by the way. Um, you can make whatever excuses you want down in the comments, guys. I'll have a rebuttal that will shut you up because I know how these things are priced. I know how the money's divvied out. I know the cost of doing business to make these things. I mean, I know how they make these things. I understand the process, and I've been following it since I was a child. I'm almost 40 years old, by the way. It's just it's crazy to me, and it's not, like I said, it's not just the big companies. It's us too. It's us small time guys. So there's people jumping in on hobbies and buying up all the stuff and then selling it at crazy exorbitant prices because they need money too. And see, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this. And this is the point that I'm saying needs to be made is the economy is shit, dude. Our systems are failing us. People are working 2 and 3 jobs just to make the bills. And some of these people I know of, good people, by the way. These aren't like drug addicts or drunks or people that are wasting all their money. No, these are people with families that are just going from paycheck to paycheck, and they have to do all this extra stuff. They have to have these side hustles. They have to figure out a way that they're going to be able to take their kid to the field trip that he's been looking forward to, let alone buy the new Switch too, so he can play Donkey Kong. It's just it's a rough world, and I know that, and I know that blaming late stage capitalism is just an easy way to say that's the monster. But the truth of it is, guys, is things are in an ugly state. I'm mad about Pokemon. I haven't ripped a Pokemon pack in almost a month. How is that a thing? I'm a fucking Pokemon fan, like a diehard. I love the stuff. I'm sitting on tons and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of cards that I own. I've been supporting them all my life. I've had periods where I went out and come back in, but still followed the lore, followed the games, done everything, played everything, bought everything, consumed everything. Yet I'm priced out of it. I own a business that sells Pokemon cards, and I've been priced out of it. So like, yeah, I'm mad about that. But it's like, who do you get mad at? Do you get mad at Pokemon Company for not having oversight correctly and all these other things? Do you get mad at the little guy who is scalping the product and selling it at a higher price because someone's freaking buying it and they have the money to? Good on them, whatever. Do I blame them for buying it? Do I blame the scalper who's just trying to make ends meet in this crappy world we're in? I can't blame that guy. I'm a father. Make your money, brother. But it's screwed up, man, because it's pricing everybody out of the hobby. It just comes to a head where it's like the only people that'll be able to enjoy these things are the rich. And even if I do become rich one day, I won't support this kind of behavior. I just won't. I mean, there's lights too, you know. Don't even get me started on Warhammer. It's been fucked for years. But there's lights. There's lights here in the darkness, man. You know, there's indie studios, there's developers, there's people creating games and doing 2.0s of their games. Offer the ability to invite your friend to play with you. They don't have to buy my game. No, you already bought it. You want a friend to play with you? They can play the game too, even though they didn't pay for it. There's companies doing that right now. There's indie studios dropping games like Expedition 33 by Sandfall. Literally one of the greatest video game experiences of my life, and I've played everything. And I'm a story guy. I'm a lore guy. I'm a world building guy. You know, aesthetics, history, everything you can mix in there. I'm into that. So that judgment is deep. I don't just say that lightly. These guys are a group of 40 people. I'm making a video about it while we're talking about it in depth. But I mean, Sandfall is a group of 40 people, ex-Ubisoft developers, and they dropped this game. What did they do? They dropped it for 50 bucks. For 50 bucks. Game of the year, most likely, for 50 bucks. And not just that, but on sale on Steam for 44 bucks. $40 in some cases, and even cheaper for some other people. That makes me smile. Because as all of this shit is burning down, we got real creatives who just want to be creative. When I was a kid, that's what it was about. We were growing up and I didn't know, you know, the era it was. I didn't know we had it as good as we did. Yeah, we didn't have the high quality stuff that we have today, but what we had, we loved. Look at Oblivion. That was literally my favorite game when I was younger. Like literally the game. Like my little brother, he's 7 years younger than me. I made sure he played that. He loved that game. You know what I'm saying? Like Oblivion was more than just a game to my generation. And look at it just come back. What did it do? It just come back. And that, mind you, everybody's like Bethesda, Todd Howard. I love the Todd Howard jokes. Don't get me wrong. Just as much as the next guy. But Todd Howard didn't do this. Xbox did this. Microsoft did this. They greenlit that game. They got Virtuous to make it, and it dropped. This had nothing to do with Bethesda Studios. They're owned and subsidiaried now. They're somebody's little bitch. They'll do what they're told. No, this Oblivion remaster was done by Xbox in order to drop it shadow like it did. They didn't pay for marketing. They're trying to prove a point. When you pay all this crazy marketing, you do all these pre-order bonuses and all these crazy things, you're adding a lot of money to the process of making a game. What did they prove? They took, obviously, one of the greatest games of all time, which gives it a boost. They're just saying make good games and drop them. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's the makeup. That's the fucking, woo, you cracked the code. Make a good game and drop it. You don't have to do 6 months of super teaser trailers and hyping it up and get Doritos to put them on a bag. You don't have to do all that. You don't. And when you do that, you make the cost of making your game a lot more money. So what did they do? They took Unreal Engine 5 and they slapped it over the Creation Engine, and they wrapped it around Oblivion's already beautiful 500 plus hours you can spend in that game just in one playthrough, doing everything and seeing everything you can. Think about that. And then they just wrapped it up in this pretty bow, and they gave it to us for cheap. And it's, I mean, it would be funny for it to win Game of the Year, but it could. I mean, I wouldn't, I don't know. Well, actually, we know how the game stuff is done now, so we know it wouldn't. If the Games Awards were right, then Wukong wouldn't have got shitted. But we don't have to talk about that now. I'm sorry. I know this video is crazy and it's ranty, but dog, I woke up like, what? I took off work today. Like, it's just one of them days, you know what I'm saying? And I just, all this stuff's coming to a head. I spend a lot of my time reading and going through articles and watching interviews and trying to understand the goings on of the things I'm into, to see where they're going, because every year it gets worse and worse ever since the MCU. I hate to say it, but I'm a big comic head. I've got thousands of comics. I've read every comic book, Marvel, DC, from the old school shit all the way up. I've got comic books from the fucking 30s. Like, well, the 40s really. But comic books were ruined for me. They got hijacked too. And I'm not going to go into all that either, but I'm just saying that these things got ruined. My hobbies, my interests got ruined. Things that I've supported since I was a child. Then the movies come. They were awesome. They were awesome to a certain point. We don't have to go into that either. But then they got hijacked, ruined, turned into a cash cow for some corporate board. And now everybody knows their names, but nobody knows the legacy. Nobody knows what they mean. Those characters, dude. I know that to a lot of people, they're just cartoons and they're just silly. They're more than that to people who actually grew up reading the stuff. Um, it's tremendous. So much to where I have many friends whose children are named after some of these characters, and not because of fucking the Russo brothers. You know what I'm saying? But because of Stan Lee and dude, there's so many good people that created these things, and they have all been spit on when you look at the way it is done now. It's the same way Disney has done some of their slop. Like, look at them, dude. Phelan, my middle daughter, Selena, bless her, love her. She loves classic Disney, like the way that I love comics and Pokemon. It's not just like a little girl who likes princesses. You know, I want to be clear. She loves like classic Disney, and she sees these movies coming out where it's like live action and stuff. And yeah, they're high quality. Like they pay a lot of money for the CGI that's not as good as it was 10 years ago. How does that work? And she's got her little heart broken. I'm watching her go through what I've been going through. And she's a child, guys. She's not an adult yet. Like, how is it that she's the age she is and she's already watching her fandoms get murdered by capitalism? And I know I keep saying capitalism like it's the big bad guy. No, there's so many bad guys in the chain of bad guys. I mean, do you remember COVID and how they raised prices on everything because transportation was an issue and all this shit. Even though I had to work, double the hours the entire time through COVID, fuck my health, so that I could pay for all the things that went up in price. Did those prices go down afterward when transportation got better? No, they didn't. It was all a farce. It was just a way to take more money so that they could make more money this quarter than they did last quarter and please stockholders. Understandable. Okay? Now, they got trucks out there now. They're on the road that drive themselves. They have laid off the employees who have propped them up to be so successful, right? Let's just forget about that part, even though it's fucking evil. They've laid those people off without any, I mean, it's whatever, bro. That's on you. And hold on a second. Hello? All right. Let me know about that. All right. I'm recording right now, so I'm going to jump off. All right, bye. Phone call. So my internet's down for the eighth time in the past 2 weeks. Like down for 2 days. I can't upload any videos or nothing. That's another reason I'm kind of frustrated. But it's like payment on that went up. The internet's better, but it's worse. And it's like that everywhere. I mean, Taco Bell, they're charging 20. I think it's like 182. It's about 200% more than what they're supposed to be charging based on inflation. It's pretty crazy. And you're getting less in the thing that you're getting so that they can report more profits than they did last quarter, the way that it's supposed to work. That's just the system. It's supposed to make more next quarter than this quarter, but there's no merit gaining that money. There's no merit. There's nothing good being put out that people are paying for that warrants those companies to make that much more in profit. They're squeezing everything out to make that. And that's what's ugly. But, I forgot what I was fucking talking about before. But it's pretty upsetting, man. And pretty much these truck drivers just got screwed out. The prices went up. They're not going down. Now you got transportation on the road that's cheaper for them. Completely cheaper. They don't have to pay the worker. They don't have to pay them by the mile. They don't have to pay for all that. They pay for the gas. They pay for the insurance and shit and all that, all the legal and bureaucratic stuff they have to pay for, and that's it. But that price is going to go up. So none of that makes sense. The same thing with the inflation argument. Don't give me that, because nothing has been marked up to inflation. It's been marked up way over inflation. And you can make the tariff argument if you want to, too. Let's see the books. Let's see the books. Let's see where it hits you. Let's see where those tariffs hit you. And a lot of these companies won't do that because they don't want you to really know how much of their proprietary stuff is actually made in China. A lot of them are paying tariffs, right now, and they just don't want you to know. They're going to say it's something else. So it's on both sides of the fence there. It's pretty nuts, man. And you know, I've lived my life. I'm like a, I don't want to say a modern age hippie, but I've lived my life like I could be up in an executive place right now. I've turned down jobs where I would be making a lot of money doing those jobs, and I can't sleep at night being that guy. It's just who I am. And I'm not saying I'm morally greater than anybody else either, because I fucking ain't. I'm just as bad of a person as anybody else. Everybody is. We're all the same. But some people say yes and some people say no. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, but you got to think about your fellow man. And I'm coming at this from the direction of hobbies, because that's what I do. This is infinite interest. This is my hobby verse. I literally have a million hobbies. That's the whole basis of my channel. And we're cooked. We're done. Everything's screwed. You like Warhammer? Fuck you. You know, you like Pokemon? Fuck you. You like video games? Fuck you. That's what it's turning into, and it's sad. I hate to see it, but it's sad. All they're going to do is create a generation of people who know how to pirate IPs. And I'm here to help you. Holler at me. I don't give a damn. If it's illegal, if it's right, if it's wrong, if it's moral. I always thought information was free, but IPs should be paid for. I've lived that way my whole life. Now, in my teenage years, did I do a lot of pirating? Yes. I did. I learned how to do it, and I took advantage of it, but I also bought just about everything I've ever pirated. So I feel almost like I paid for that IP, and I could pirate it if I fucking want to. So I'm going to. Now, when it comes to Nintendo, there's only a couple games I really care about now. And I will make sure I play them, and I'll make sure I don't pay them a damn dime. And that's just who I am. I'm sorry. I know that might be morally wrong, but at least I'm honest about who I am. And I hope they feel this in their quarterly reports. I know they won't for the next few quarters. I know all the pre-orders are selling out, and I know there's a bunch of people with enough money and disposable income to where they can buy 5 of these things. But, you know, even though my kids want it, and I bought 4, you know, I've bought, contributed, or paid for 4 or 5 different Switch consoles to bring them to my children, to bring them to different locations so they can play them. They won't be getting this one because I got to take a stand. Now I got to teach them that the world's an ugly place and they can't have something they want and they deserve. They deserve this. They're good kids. They deserve to play all the games. So they will play them. But we ain't buying a damn Switch 2. And yeah, same thing. I'm taking a stand. You know, Warhammer, that's fine. I love Trench Crusade, and I'll be talking a lot about it on this channel. And what do? They're model agnostic, which means I can get models from anywhere. I don't have to pay crazy fees. I don't have to pay markups. I don't have to go to the you know, third-party sites and find somebody who's selling it for 5 times what it's actually worth. I'm not having to deal with that anymore because I can print them myself and go to a tournament hosted by them and play in that tournament. You know, Expedition 33. Oblivion, that comes out. Those things come in the face of all these companies announcing the price hikes, these indie devs, these people that are really creatives that just want their product out there. They want to create something that means something to them. And so they do. That gives me hope. That gives me hope that there are lights out there. There's games that are model agnostic. Do you think Pokemon would ever be like, hey, just bring a card and substitute that card for whatever you want to play? No, you better pay $800 for that fucking hand so you can go to the tournament, like, just for a deck, just for 60 cards. You better have, and you know, it's got to be nice, so you got to have some of those SRs and stuff in there. Like, it's ugly, man, and I understand it. I understand it from a businessman standpoint. We all want to make money, especially if we're working hard, but that's the thing. It's because I've lived life the way I have, I've worked hard my entire life. Every job I do is a job that most people probably wouldn't want to do for extended periods of time. But I do it. I do it and I pay for whatever I got to pay for. It's merit to that. My back hurts. I took the day off today. I don't do that often. But my back hurts. And it always does. I'm always sore. And I earn the dollars I get. Now, do I get paid nearly what I should? No. People in this position, if you're working hard, you're not going to get paid much. That's just how the world is, at least as it is now. The people that work less, they make the money because they're somehow superior to us, even though most people I know that do these jobs that I talk to are pretty smart in some way or another. Don't let them beat you down. Don't let them make you feel less. Um, you know, there's a lot of problems going on in the economy, not just here in America. It's ugly. I follow a lot of economics channels. I've been studying economics a lot over the past 8 months, and I'm really getting into it. I've been watching markets that I've never paid attention to. I've been trying to understand how things move and why they do. And I'm a pretty smart guy, if I say so myself. And I'm starting to see patterns and things, and shit is, we're cooked, dude. Not just hobbies. This is just a telltale, you know. Working on boats, you know, working on outboards, you know, we got the pisser on the back of the outboard engine. You know, the water shoots out the back of the pisser. It's just a little piss hole. If that water ain't flowing through, you know there's some shit fucked up. Maybe you need a new impeller. Maybe it's down there burning up. Turn that engine off first off. Maybe it's just got a little dirt dauber nest in the piss hole. Whatever. That's a telltale. That's what a lot of people call it because they don't want to say pisser. They'll say it's a telltale. But that's what this is. That's all this is. Hobbies failing the way they are. Society failing the way it is. People not knowing what gender they are and all these other things going on. Like, those are telltale signs of collapse. It happens all throughout history. And I'm not speaking on anybody's politics or anybody's choices in life. If you're adult person or within reason, you make whatever decisions you want to, and I'll love and support you wholeheartedly with a smile on my face. But I'm watching the collapse of society. That's the video. That's it. I'm sorry. This is a dark one, and it feels good to make it because all I'm seeing is this ugliness. And you know, I'm making multiple videos right now. I'm making a video on Oblivion. I'm making a video on Expedition 33. I'm making a video on Xbox. I'm making a video, I mean, Microsoft and Xbox and their announcement. I'm making another video on the Nintendo stuff. And I haven't even been able to get to the fun stuff that I want to talk about because of all the crappy stuff going on. And it's not that I want to cover all that stuff on my channel because I know people just, hey, just cover what you want to. Yeah, no, but this is the stuff that's happening in the space. The reason I wanted to rebrand from Pokemon is because Pokemon is just a dark fucking place right now, dude. I'm not happy there. I don't want to make negative content. I mean, about the drama going on in the Nostalgianomics channel. Like, no, those are the people that are doing well in that space. Go watch them. I want to create wholesome stuff. I want to open a couple things. I want to talk about the new sets. I want to, you know, go to pre-releases, and I got a podcast that's still ongoing. Like, I want to talk to people about something I love and highlight that. Like, it's not happening anymore, and it's probably going to happen with all the other hobbies too. But I don't know. This is just a rant video, guys. I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm not sorry. It is what it is. This is what it is, dude. Like, this is the world we're living in. It's obvious. We can see it. I just want to try to kind of create a positive space where we can still enjoy these things somehow. You know, if you need help with any of that or figuring any of that out, I'm here. We got a Discord channel full of good people. It's a bunch of great people, and they'll support you, and from all walks of life. So join the Discord if you want to, but and holler at me in there, whatever you want. I'm there. I have an open door policy all the time. I don't give a damn if I got 80,000 followers or just this little 150 I got now. I love each and every one of you, and I'll always answer. You know, if somebody wants to ask me something or talk to me about something or wonder about something, I'm here for that. I'm an intellectual. I enjoy conversation. If you have a topic to discuss and you're good company, then I'll speak with you. But if you're going to jump in my comments and be a dickhead, then I got a dick too, dog, and we can swing. If you made it this far, bless your heart. But yeah, it's a dark time. It's a dark time in all hobbies. It's a dark time in all spaces. I just kind of wanted to talk about it. We know that Sony's about to announce the same damn thing. At least that's what I think. There's no way they're not joining in. There's no way those guys didn't sit in some marbled out room and like some big ass suite somewhere and some building in Tokyo way up in the sky with lights and shit everywhere below them and like just make these decisions. Like, hey guys, we're all going to do this. Nintendo, we want you to announce it first. You're the one that has all the good faith with the customer. You know, you done worked your way into, you know, 1 in 2 or 3 households have your system, and Xbox has been forgotten. They fucked up bad with the Xbox One, guys. They wanted to be in your home, and you had to be connected to the internet, and you had to agree to all these policies, and it was like, no, 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 no. Lost a lot of players there. A lot of people jumped ship, and they still are gone. You know, good luck. The only people they got now are Game Pass people. I got Game Pass. I got Game Pass. That's all they getting from me. That's all they getting from me. And I won't buy a system. I got a computer with Microsoft tech on it. That's it. And I'll play my games on there. I'll download them or whatever the fuck. But I'm never buying up. I'm not. You got my Game Pass. That's it. You Netflix, dog. Yeah. So you stay in your lane. Try not to make too much noise because obviously you're fucking up. And Nintendo, they had all this good faith with us, man, since I was a little kid. They were the good guys. And they were never the good guys. I just didn't realize it. But yeah, they got in our houses, man, and they got us to trust them. And they went and had this meeting, and they all sat and talked about it. And I promise you, they was like, Nintendo, you got to do it first, because if any of us do it, it won't never fly. Everybody will be like, look at Sony. Look at Sony doing that. Look at Xbox asking for more money. Look how dumb that is. They can't sell their consoles as it is. It would never work. But with the Nintendo Switch 2, oh shit. Donkey Kong's got an open world. Oh shit. Like, that changes things, right? Zelda, how you not gonna play Zelda, dog? You dumb. You're not even a gamer now. How you not gonna play the new Pokemon? That shit looks fire. It's gonna be glitchy mess probably, but hey man, let's jump in and get it. Like, you know that shit's gonna sell. They got all this good faith. Like I said, they're in 1 in 3 houses. It's imminent. So they're the ones that announced the price hike. Oh no. It changes the space. Everybody's got a decision. And if you got disposable income, you're laughing. You're like, what does it matter what they go to? I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy 2. But if you're one of the regular people and you're like, man, look, I'm struggling to pay rent and my kid wants that thing. I was hoping it was going to be $400 at most. It's just an ugly time. I'm going to stop bitching. I'm going to stop ranting. I could do this all day, and there's millions of points to be made on this. I could make 10 videos on it. I could make a whole series just on late stage capitalism, and I'm only talking about this one subset, hobbies. And this is very selfish too. There's a lot of shit going on in the world that's way worse than this, guys. This is not a hill to die on. I'm a grown man. This is not where my passion should be buried. I have family, I have all this other shit going on, and this shit tears me up. It really does. It takes a piece of me away from me. And I've watched pieces of me go away, from comics to games and characters that I wanted to name my kids after. Like, things that mattered to me have been destroyed. Good faith has been evaporated, and we've been given drivel or slop and told that we're wrong for not accepting that. Like, it's pretty rough out here. Again, I need to stop. I'll keep going. Thank y'all for watching. If you watched, I know probably nobody did, but at least I got to get these feelings out. And all this stuff is truth. If you want to have a good conversation, join the Discord. Got a bunch of good people in there. Also, the comment section. Jump down there. Say what you got to say. I'm ready for it, baby. I appreciate you guys. I don't know when I'll be able to upload this shit because the internet's down, but when it's back up, I'll get it to you. Thanks, y'all. Y'all be good, man. Y'all be good to one another, all right? Later.